Hey guys, as you know, Jeep season is here. We have beautiful weather. Even the ground's starting to get a little muddy. And in order to honor that and kind of have some fun with that, I have with me here two Jeep Wrangler Unlimited wheelies. And what I'd like to do today is go over the function or the features of both tops, both the hard top and the soft top of the Jeep Wranglers, and get everybody ready for Jeep season. First one I'll be focused on will be this red wheelies right here, for two reasons. Reason number one, it's got the hard top, which seems to be the most common, so I figured we'll get that one out of the way. And second, this actually has the dual top group, as you'll see in a second, so it comes with a hard top and a soft top depending on what season you're in, so it's easily interchangeable for the drivers, all in one package. As I said before, this does have the dual top group, so when you get a Jeep like this with the dual top, in the back of it you'll see this big box. And then that goes all the way to the back of the Jeep over here. So this is the box. So that everything in there is all of your hardware and everything for the soft top. And this bag up here is for the Freedom panel storage bag that we will go over here in just a minute. This is called the Freedom 3-piece hardtop. Reason being is because it's obviously in 3 pieces. You have your main back piece here that covers the entire back of the vehicle from the front of the back doors back. And then you have 2 pieces up here, almost like a T-top style, covering both the driver and the passenger. On a quick side note, just so everybody's aware, when you do get a new Wrangler, they actually do come with a nifty little toolkit, and this will work for both the soft top or the hard top if you're taking the soft top completely off. Basically, it's this nice little pouch here. Comes with the torque bits and the nut driver that you'd need to take off whatever it is that you're taking off, fold it down the windshield, whatever it may be. It also comes with a nifty little booklet here. Now in that, it's a real general breakdown of how to, basically how everything comes off and what pieces, it opens up sort of pamphlet style. So that's, it's a good reference tool. It doesn't really go into a ton of depth. It just kind of shows you where everything is and how it comes off, and then sort of put it back on the same way but backwards. So yeah, I just want to make you aware of that. And like I said, all Wranglers come with these. So look out for that in your Jeep. So step one is to take off the 2 pieces that we were talking before that cover up both the driver and the passenger. So in order to do that, flip down your sun visor. There's a little latch inside here. Simply pull that down. There's a handle. And then, I'll grab you real quick. Handle on the roof here. Handle on the roof here. And then there's a handle on the roof here. And that fully unlocks the driver's side panel, and on the passenger side panel it is the same steps. Now it's as easy as lift them off. So as I mentioned before, the hardtops come with a Freedom panel storage bag, and since I just took off the front panels, I'd like to show you how this works. So it's a nice storage bag, like I said, for both panels, and it actually has these front straps here, so you can actually hook them around your back seats, and they stay up flat, so you still have all your cargo capacity in the back of your Jeep. But to store the panels, simply unzip, and if you open it up, you'll see that it's sort of shaped the way that the panel is shaped, so they only go in one way. There's also, I don't know if you can see down in here, it gives you a little diagram. 1 is driver's side, 2 is passenger side, and it shows you exactly how 1 and 2 fit in. So that's actually that's pretty handy to have as well, just in case you get confused while you're out or want to make sure that they go in correctly, of course. So let's go get panel number 1. So now with your first panel, the number 1 panel, the driver's side panel, that sits in here relatively easily, just like so. And another nice thing that they do with this top is they give you this piece to go over, so once you actually lift it up and get ready to store your panels, flop this down right over. This way there's no banging or clacking. But one thing I would like to point out is whenever you do store these, make sure that the latch the one that's right about the windshield there, make sure you push that down so they're not banging together. Cover that up, and now you're ready for the second panel. All right, now with your second panel, as you can see, you just basically match the shape of the first one. So it goes, so they're both going the same way. It's the same way that the bag goes. So it's pretty easy to get in there. Set it up. Lift up your front cover. One thing I do like to do, just make sure everything's set in there, is I'll grab both handles and kind of lift it up, make sure everything's set in nice. This way you don't have to fight with the zippers. And that's your Freedom Panel storage bag. Now with your Freedom Panels off, you can grab your toolkit here to get the back part of the roof off. You're going to take out your ratchet in the T50 Torx. Then we're going to start taking off these bolts right here. So there's one on the top side of the roof, one on the driver's side, and one on the passenger side. There we go. Easy as that. Once your two upper roof bolts are out, you have to take out the 6 in the back. So what you're going to do is you can go in the back seat or in the cargo area. Because this one has the dual top like I showed you before, I'm going to go in from the door. And then down on the rear sills, as you can see here, right below the windows, you're going to have these 3 bolts. There's 3 on each side, so we're just going to go ahead and take those out. This uses the same T50 as the upper roof bolts. And that's it. The last thing you need to do to take off the rear part of the hardtop is to disconnect the electronics as well as the windshield washer hose. So that's actually pretty simple to do. You just have this red switch here that you slide down with your thumb and then push down on it. And then that unplugs that. And then on the washer hose, I'm gonna bring you a little closer to that. There's a quick disconnect that's in this little piece right here, this little button. Push that, slide it right off. Once you have those disconnected, you have 2 pieces right here, also on the rear side, right on the inside. So the full piece is to cover the electronic plug that you took off. And then the upper hook is simply for the washer fluid, or the washer hose, I'm sorry. And that's that. And now it's time to take the top off. What I did was I went and grabbed a buddy. That's the easiest way and the safest way to do it. So now we're gonna pull the top right off. You ready? Let's do it. Thank you for watching. The next video, we're actually going to be putting the hard top back on. The cool feature that you get with the Jeep Wrangler is once you start taking all the bolts out of everything, they actually thought of that. So you have underneath your rear storage, you have places that are labeled. So you have your roof bolts, your windshield bolts, as well as your door hinges. So once you put the bolts in there, assuming you do this on the fly, once this flap comes down, it actually covers them and stops them from bouncing around so you don't lose them. So another thing that Jeep thought of. Alright guys, this is part 2 of the hardtop on the Jeep Wrangler wheelies. In this video we're going to be putting the hardtop back on. So just a quick tip once you're putting the hardtop back on is it does, obviously you have the holes where your bolts go, but there's also these alignment holes where there's pegs on the bottom of the hardtop that they slide in here, and this is what aligns it up on both sides so you know that you're ready and everything's set to where it's supposed to be. Alright guys, now we're putting the roof back on again for your safety. Just keep everything easy. If you don't have a lift from Jeep, grab a buddy. It just makes it a little bit easier, and this way you're not fighting with the top. So here we go. Start putting the bolts and the plugs back in, and we'll be all set. So just like when you took the top off, now putting it on, you take the same 3 bolts and put them back in. Don't forget to reconnect your electrical as well as your rear windshield washer fluid. Next, put in your upper roof bolts. Now we put on the freedom panels. Now it's time to put the freedom roof panels back on. One important thing to remember is to put on the second panel first, as there's a lip here to create a seal. And fasten your hooks. Now install panel number 1. Now you can start reattaching all the clips. Once you install your driver's side panel, you're all set to go. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any additional questions for us here at the dealership, feel free to give us a call, 413-783-9911. Thank you so much for watching.
So make it Metro and celebrate with savings all month long. Exit 5 off the Pike in Chicopee, or visit MetroJeep.com.